subject to personality enthusiasts. So today I want to talk about what I think might be a very IJ single observer thing, and that is the strong desire to finish things, to not like things incomplete, to have all the parts there, no loose ends. Like a jigsaw puzzle, it drives me nuts if there's one piece missing. Even if it's like 1,000-piece puzzle, you got 999 of the pieces there. I know what the picture looks like. I can visualize in my mind, even with the missing piece, what it looks like. It still bugs the shit out of me to have that piece of the puzzle missing. And I mean, this kind of idea shows up everywhere in my life. I remember a friend of a friend telling me that he knew somebody who he had a friend who quit her major in college like one semester before she would have graduated. And I'm like, I felt angry when I heard this. I mean, I didn't even know this person, but it was like, why would you get so far into your degree and then you just quit? You came so far, just finish your damn degree, okay? And I mean, I can understand why she made that decision. It, probably didn't suit her anymore, found something better, but it still would have been nice to have a degree you completed to be proud of, or have something to fall back on in case this other degree doesn't work out. I mean, sometimes it's just little things. It's not even big things like that. Like, it could be a tile missing on a floor, okay? Just a small tile in the corner. I mean, it's just an aesthetic thing. It doesn't affect the function, but it bothers me that it's missing. I live in an apartment building, and one of our shutters on the outside fell off. And it's been like that for years. They've never replaced the shutter. And again, it just kind of bothers me because, I know it should be there, okay? I know it's just an aesthetic thing, but it's like it's not complete. One time from the library, I got this audiobook, and it was like an 8-disc set, and there was one disc in the middle where it had a scratch, and there was a part of it that skipped. And it was just like maybe 2 minutes of the CD, and it was just one CD in the whole set. And I mean, I could still, fill in the gaps. I still kind of knew, I could still sense the flow of the plot. It's not like I missed anything critical or crucial, but it bugged the shit out of me. I went and ordered another copy from the library so that I could listen to the whole thing, listen to that part that was missing. Now, this kind of almost sounds like save your consume, but I'm consume last. So maybe it's just an IJ thing or a single observer thing, or I think sometimes consume last, it can be weird in the missing animal. I think sometimes maybe you overdo your missing animal, because I know with consume, it's like, sometimes it's kind of all or nothing. Sometimes, I've had times where I've given up too early on something. I didn't consume enough of it. I'm like, okay, well, this is too hard to read. This is too boring. And I never waited long enough for it to get good. But sometimes I've done the opposite, where it's like I'm pushing myself to finish something that maybe isn't really necessary. Did it really matter, those 2 minutes of that disc? Probably not. I mean, sometimes even with books, I can be weird, and like once I've gotten far enough into the book, I'm compelled to finish it. Maybe I don't even like it that much, or I liked it at first and then it kind of went in the wrong direction, or I don't know, it's not working for me anymore, whatever. It's like, if I've come this far already, I'm compelled to see it through to the end. Now, I'm not like that with every book. It's what I'm talking about is like if I've gotten quite a ways into the book, like I'd say maybe halfway or more, because by then I've really made an investment into it. Whereas, if I just read a chapter or two, no big deal, okay, set it aside, go on to something else. I'm like that with movies too, kind of the same principle, or if I'm listening to music, a song or an album, if I've already listened to a large portion of it, I'm compelled to listen to the end. Collecting things. Like if I'm going to have a collection of something, I kind of want to have the whole set. I mean, it's going to bother the shit out of me if I've got everything in the set except for that one piece. My family and I, we like to travel to national parks. And in the United States, their national park program, they have a passport program for the national parks. So you visit a national park and you can get a stamp, kind of like as a indication that you visited the park. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, do I want to bother with this passport thing? Because how realistic is it that I'm going to visit all of these parks? I mean, there's a national park called the Gates of the Arctic. It's in Alaska, in the very remote area, entirely enclosed within the Arctic Circle. There are no roads to get there. You got to fly in. And I'm like, that's going to be pretty difficult to visit. And I mean, I don't want to invest all this time visiting all these national parks, and then there's that one park that I cannot get. It's like, do I want to bother? I mean, even though I visited all these wonderful national parks, it's going to bother me, that one that I couldn't get to. When typing people, in the past, I used to feel like I had to watch the whole interview. If I'm not watching the whole interview, I'm going to be missing important pieces of information. I won't have the full context. Now, maybe this is demon intuition. Maybe I'm not filling in the gaps while I should. But I've kind of learned to take a different approach to it. And now I'm kind of just doing speed typing. I will just jump in a random part of the video, just kind of note what I see, and I just kind of skip and jump between different parts. Now, especially with longer interviews, sometimes I like to go to like the 3/4 mark, because by then sometimes the people, they start to get a little more worn out or whatever, and then like their demons are more likely to come out. That's what Dave and Shan say. So sometimes I can catch them in a demon state. And now I've heard from Dave and Shannon and other people in the typing community, it doesn't even matter where you start in the video or which ones you watch. You can just hop and skip and jump, and probably within 10-15 minutes you can have a pretty good sense of that person's type. And I've been trying that method with the last few people in the class, and I mean, I'm only getting 1 or 2 coins off, whereas earlier I'd be slogging along trying to watch this whole video, and my attention just, I kind of lost focus after a while. And just doing this method, just skipping and jumping, I don't know, I'm better focused, I'm actually concentrating better, I'm getting better results typing, You know, so much for trying to watch the whole thing. So I'm wondering, are you an IJ? And do you have the same desire for completeness in things? Or are you a different type and have the same desire? Or maybe you don't have this desire? Or if you have a desire for completeness, in what ways in your life does it show up? Please write that in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and stay tuned for my upcoming Introduction to Objective Personality series of videos. Bye-bye.